than Dylan in the beginning. It just that Dylan went on to stay great, and Donovan kind of just faded out. I don't know what he did.
I like a lot of people better than Dylan, although there are...
Now, easy, bro.
Okay.
One of the greatest lyricists ever in the history of history.
Okay, but I don't... a lyricist, exactly. It's music. I mean, look, to his credit, he proved that you don't have to sing to be a singer. I mean, he sings in his way. I mean, I have many issues with Dylan. Of course, he is a great poet and did change the culture. And there are, I mean, look, I measure artists by like how many, I use the old iPod, and how many songs, because I like to cultivate exactly what I like. You know, if any artist has 20 songs in my iPod, it means that's a lot.
That is a lot.
And you do. Lots of people do. Lots of people don't. Dylan has 20, 25, so I'll give him that. I love some of the stuff that, like early 80s, which was like people hated him, and it was more, it was like produced. It was like, you know, produced.
Lay Lady Lay.
Well,
like
that was 69.
Nashville Skyline?
Yeah, that's a great one.
That was that old? I'd say to me, I loved the change when they started doing that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and like a Rolling Stone.
Yeah, well, that was old.
Once they made it, you know, kids don't remember. I was even young to remember this, but when he went electric, that was a big cultural moment, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about that a little?
Well,
tell the
because
young
the
people
band,
what happened.
He had the band, you know, Robbie Robinson and the band, and Levon Helm, and those guys were kind of an electric folk band, but they were bad. I love that band.
Okay, so
and Bob got booed off stage with those guys. Poor guys.
Because he went electric.
Yeah.
Okay, but set this in a historical moment for kids who are like, what are they talking about? The band. Kids, there was a band called The Band.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first thing we got to clear up.
And they were.
But then, okay, so Dylan started out just playing acoustic, and it was much more like folk music. His heroes were like
Woody Guthrie and Woody Guthrie.
Woody Guthrie. Yeah. I think that's horrible. I mean, that's just my opinion.
I wasn't big on that either.
No. I mean, I guess for its moment, for its time, you know, I'm sure if I listened to Burl Ives long enough, I'd kill myself. But okay, then he explodes on the scene, Dylan, in the early '60s. But with the folk, you know, how many, you know, blowing in the wind and
protest. He got part of that hippie movement, you know, that thing.
And then was before the hippies. And then in '65, he, according to this, sells out. I mean, this is a theme we've seen in music before.
Whoa, Bob, when did he sell out?
But no, by going electric. Isn't that why they were protesting?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
In their view?
No, to me as an artist, I think he just made his changes and decided he wanted.
I agree, but wasn't that their point of view?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That they were saying you're a sellout. That why were they booing him? Because he went electric, as if electric was, you know, somehow, you know, selling out to electricity. We're with the Amish over here. No electric. What the fuck was that?
Do you think you're going to get booed for doing this kind of stuff instead of doing your show? Your political incorrect show?
People are my politically incorrect. You know that show went off like an.
I know, but I mean, but those fans, you know how people are.
Well, my show now is real time. And it's a very different show.
But did you get booed when you did that then?
Of course not. Why would I get booed?
Well, because people, they get hung up on what you do, and then they get pissed when you're trying to change.
Actually, they love this show. It's a different, somewhat overlap audience, but also a different kind of audience because it's not political.
Well, I like it. That's why I came.
Yes, exactly.
First thing I said was, okay, we're not talking politics. All right, I can go back.
And it's how I am when I'm just exactly doing this. I mean, all my career has been an attempt to like get the conversations that we have off stage on camera. And I keep trying to get closer and closer. This is as close as I can get. You have no socks.
Well, I have some, but they didn't wear them.
You have no